Criteria for award. Our regulations for design build that I mentioned before are in 23 CFR Part 636. And back in 2001, 2002, we tried to be as broad as we could in allowing things that were competitive, fair, and reasonable to be considered. So we said in the regulation that we'll allow lowest price, adjusted low bid, price per quality point, meets criteria, low bid, weighted criteria, fixed price, best design, and best value. We tried to be as all-encompassing as we could as long as that process resulted in a transparent and fair selection process. As Brian mentioned, it's an evolution process, but a lot of states start with adjusted bid, where they assign points for various criteria in the evaluation process, and then award the contract based on lowest adjusted score based on those points, or the highest number of points. Other states like Utah started out with best value awards, where they're looking at price and non-price factors. And here's where it can be tricky from the industry's viewpoint in knowing how an owner is going to make that selection. But with the original I-15, Utah said we're going to award the contract based on non-price factors, with non-price factors being important in this order. They didn't tell people what a point was worth or how much they were going to give for a given criteria, how many points. And in fact, they used colors or adjectives to rate proposals, good, better, best, green, yellow, blue. And some owners prefer to do that. It minimizes, they say, the challenge for bid protest, and it simplifies the award process. If they have a good, better, best proposal and it rolls up to the overall scoring of highly successful, then it makes their selection decision easier than a numerical process. So there are all types of ways of award algorithms, and this research project down here at the bottom summarizes those award algorithms if you're looking at ways of structuring your awards other than using points. Typically, industry likes points. They like to know how much a point is worth. If we change our RFP to go from a precast segmental bridge to this type of structure, which will minimize long-term maintenance for the DOT, how much of a point is that worth to us? What's the cost of changing the design to get a point in the proposal process? So industry likes numerically rated systems that award for contracts. At least certain industry members do. Those that are more comfortable with the good, better, best process recognize the merits and some of the advantages of that. And there are advantages to the owner. You're not, let me just back up. The advantage of not specifying the points and the criteria, but merely listing the criteria that you're looking at in descending order of importance is that you can receive all the proposals, look at all the ATCs, and then determine what is really important to you in the selection process. So it gives you more flexibility in making that final call on what is the outstanding proposal and the best value. So there are some merits to that best value price and non-price factor awards. Anyway, those are criteria for award that are all allowed under federal highway policy. It's pretty broad, encompassing, and it's been upheld over the last 10 or 15 years without challenge so far.